Okay, hello everyone. So we are restarting the daily MCQ session after many days. So I was away for a few days. But let's restart and let's try to solve as many questions as we can till your exams. Okay. So on the Telegram channel I had put some 8 questions. So let's try to solve those 8 questions. Question 1. Now this is a very good question. Note it, understand it carefully. How many rectangles of size 2 by 3 can be formed from an 8 by 8 chessboard? Now I have already drawn an 8 by 8 chessboard. Chessboard is what? Made up of small squares, right? Fine. Now we want 2 by 3 rectangle. 2 by 3 rectangles, how can we make them? One rectangle can be like this maybe. Height is 2, width is 3. Some other rectangle might be like this, width is 2, height is 3. Some rectangle might be like this also. So there will be multiple number of rectangles. We have to count them all. Let's try to think carefully. Now we can have two ways of preparing rectangle. One that can have height as 2 and width as 3. So 2 by 3 let's say. Another will be 3 by 2 because both are 2 by 3, right? In short. Fine. Now if we want height of 2, how do we get height of 2? We'll have to select any two squares, right? Adjacent squares. And for width of 3, we'll have to select any 3 squares. And the intersection of them will be our rectangle. Concentrate. 2 by 3, right? So that means, let's see how many ways are there to select two adjacent squares. So maybe we can select something like this. See, 1, 2, or these two 3, or these two 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 ways out of which we have to select one, any one, so that we get 2 height. Similarly in the width, let's check. 1, we can select these 3, or 2, these 3, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6. That means we have 6 C1 ways. That is what 7 into 6, 42. Now this is for 2 by 3. So logically for 3 by 2 it will be same 42, right? Because this is 8, this is also 8. So 42 plus 42, our answer is going to be 84. I hope you have understood. If not, let me know in comments. This was a really good question from exam point of view as well. Okay, so 84 is the answer. Let's go to next. In a quadratic equation, if discriminant is negative, product of roots will be what? Now discriminant is what? B square minus 4ac. Now if discriminant is negative, that means this is in root. So root of negative number is imaginary. But answer is not imaginary. Concentrate. Root, if roots are imaginary, then they are conjugates of each other. For example, if we have one root like this, let's say 2 plus root of minus 4, then other root is always like this, 2 minus root of minus 4. They are conjugates of each other. If one is a plus square root of a negative number, other will be a minus square root of that number. So we want their product. Let's check what is their product. So 2 into 2, 4. Then minus 2 into root of minus 4. Okay. Then this into this, that is plus 2 into root of minus 4. Then this into this, that is minus. Now understand, it is minus 4 ka square root, square, right? Square of that. Okay, I am getting in the middle of the screen, I guess. Square of that. So if we take square, square root sign will be removed. And this is plus minus, same thing. So what will we have? 4 minus, the square and square root is removed, so minus 4. 4 minus minus 4 is what? 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So real is the correct answer. So product is asked, not the roots. Carefully, you should understand the question. Third, what is the minimum value of the function y is equal to x square minus x plus 2? For this, you must know the concept of minima. If you don't know the concept of minima and maxima, you can go through the lectures which I have uploaded for free on the channel, which explain entire concept. Okay, how do we find minima of a function? What is the function? Y is equal to x square minus what? X plus 2. So to find minima, you have to first take derivative. Derivative dy by dx will be what? 2x minus 1, right? Then second step is you have to set derivative as equal to 0. That means 2x minus 1 is 0. That means 2x is equal to 1. So x is equal to 1 by 2. Now we have to check whether this is a minimum value or maximum value, but that is a different discussion, because that is not the question does not ask whether it is minimum or maximum, but still let me tell you, this x is equal to -2 can be minimum value or maximum value. We have to confirm that it is minimum value. How do we confirm? We take second derivative, d square y by dx square. Second derivative will be what? 2. If second derivative is positive, that means this is minimum value, minima. If second derivative is negative, then that is maximum value. Fine. For this concept, if you don't know this concept at all, then you should first go to the lecture and watch, because that will help you. Now they have not asked value of x, so half is not the answer. What is minimum value of the function? So we have to put this x half in our original function. So our original function was y is equal to x square, so half square minus x minus half plus 2. So check on our calculator, 0.5 square minus 0.5 plus 2. That is 1.75. So this is the correct answer, option B. Okay, I hope this is clear. If not, let me know in comments. Fourth, in case of non-linear correlation, which of the following will be relatively a better tool to get an idea of the correlation? Now most of you have answered Carl Pearson. That is wrong, because understand, Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient and rank correlation coefficient only work for linear data. Only for linear. They assume that the data is going to have linear correlation, nothing else. So these are already out. Standard deviation is not a measure of correlation, so that is out. That is measure of dispersion. Scatter diagram can give you an idea of the non-linear correlation that you may have. So at least it is better than others. Relatively, it is better than others. So scatter diagram is relatively a better tool. Okay. I hope you have understood. Fifth, if you think I'm going too fast, let me know in comments. Okay, I'll slow down a bit, but these questions are assuming that you have studied these chapters. Okay, fine. If frequency density of one class is more than frequency density of another class with same class width. Okay, first of all, frequency density is what? Frequency upon class length or class width, right? Now they are saying frequency density of one class is more than frequency density of other class with same class width. That means frequency density, if the class width is same, that means frequency of first class is greater than frequency of second class. That's it. So that's it. Frequency of first class is greater than frequency of second class. Let's see what is the false statement. Frequency of first class is more. That is a correct statement. That is not our answer. First class will have more area in histogram. That is also a correct statement. Why? Because histogram area is frequency. In histogram, area is frequency. So more frequency is more area. First class will have more height in histogram. That is also correct, because in histogram, height is frequency density. So if frequency density is more, height will also be more. So this is also correct. Understand, histogram is like this. Okay. In histogram, we plot rectangles like this. In these rectangles, this is class length and this is frequency density. That is why the area is frequency. Always remember this. This can be useful for theory questions. Okay. Fine. So all are true is the correct answer. I hope you have understood. And next, for a particular product, price index number increased by 50%. So if it was 100, now it became 150. If a person can afford to spend maximum 20% extra amount on the product, then he should decrease his consumption by how much? Now this is a question of value index number. Concentrate carefully. Understand, price into quantity is value, right? Now total value, the person is willing to spend 20% extra amount on that product. Okay, whatever is the quantity into price, he is willing to spend 20% extra. So if he was spending 100, now he wants to spend 120. He is willing to spend 120. Okay, or let's call it 1.2. If it was 1, now it is 1.2. But price has increased by 50%. That means if price was 100, now price has become 1.5, 50%, 150. So what is the quantity? Right, that is what we have to check. He should decrease his consumption by how much? So 1.2 by 1.5 is how much? 0.8, that is 80%, right? 80% means he should decrease his consumption by 20%. So his quantity should become 80%, that means it should reduce by 20%. So again, this was a very good question. I hope it is clear to everyone. If yes, then two more questions are there. Fine. If A is a subset of power set of B, power set of B is what? Set containing all subsets of B. So for example, if B is 1, 2, 3, then power set of B is what? Something like this: 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, maybe empty set also, right? Something like this. So now A is a subset of this, right? A is a subset of this power set. Then A will contain what? All numbers from B. That is wrong, because A will not contain numbers. A will contain this sets. See, A is subset of this power set, right? So maybe A is something like this. So A is maybe something like this: 1, 2 and 1, 3, maybe. Correct? That means some numbers from this is also wrong. One or more sets is the correct answer, because A will contain sets, subsets of that B. Okay, fine. I should have drawn curly brackets here.